calls have just really become amazing. I mean, Todd and I have known, we've been doing these for some time, and goodness, we ever had 40 or 50 people on, we thought we were doing great. And I remember I told some of them earlier, we were doing these for about 3 years. I told people, I said, there's going to be some of you that are not going to be here when these calls explode. You're going to give up and quit before the momentum hits. And I could name those people off. Unfortunately, they're not here with us today because they didn't see the journey through. But guess what? Just like we said, Coach Rowland and I were talking about it 3 years ago, that these things, the company was going to see momentum in the near future, an explosion would happen. And guys, I can tell you right now, I have never done so many Zooms and I've never had so many phone calls. My wife's actually been irritated with me. She said, do you ever get off the phone? I'm like, this is important. This is important. This is important. And why is that so important? Because when momentum strikes. Yesterday, I went from Zoom call to Zoom call to Zoom call. I think I had 7. And Todd knows I don't even really like those things, but I'll do them. And 7 calls from me personally yesterday on Zooms alone. So what does that mean? It means that things are happening fast and exciting times. We're going to talk about some different things, but since we're in the transformation throwdown, I wanted to bring up a picture, and I've asked someone to be on because, see, we're all of us, myself included, have really decided to make an extra step of changes in my weight and health this year. But last year, we had Richard Hawkins, and Anthony, if you'll bring that picture up for me, Richard Hawkins made this decision last year. Guys, that's the, he inspired me. So when you see what Richard Hawkins did last year, and I think what the most important thing that he keeps continuing to mention to people is that COVID hit. He lost all this weight while other people were gaining weight. He was continuing to lose weight and he kept this off. And I think that I've told people many times about every health program, guys, I've lost weight on all kinds of stuff. Problem is that as soon as I quit the program, I was gone. So we're not really a diet, guys. I think you got to remember, we're a health change. We're a lifestyle change. And if you do that, Richard Hawkins is a perfect example of someone who only joined our company for one reason. He said he wanted to lose 50 to 60 pounds. And as you can look at his picture, you can tell that that's way past that. I think his numbers now are around 100. I know it's 100 plus. So Richard, were you able to join us this morning?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, why don't you tell us what happened, why you decided that, and what it's done for your life, and then how you've kind of decided to, you're a successful insurance office owner. I mean, you're a city councilman, you do all kind of different things. So why don't you tell us what changed, what happened, what did you really see, and what has made your difference in your life?
Well, from the beginning, I was just tired of feeling bad and sluggish. I wasn't hurting bad. I don't know how. When you're pushing 300 pounds on my frame, it's hard to believe that nothing was really hurting. Am I good and clear, Chris?
Yeah, you're coming through.
Okay. All right. Anyway, so I was just tired of being overweight and feeling bad, and I decided I'd seen Toggle's picture on Facebook and reached out to him and decided to try the program and started having results immediately. I did. And eventually within a couple of weeks, I had some people wanting to do what I was doing, and I didn't understand why, because I had no real proof that it's what it was, because, I had quit sodas, and most men can lose 20 pounds quitting sodas. So I wasn't convinced, but yet I still signed up some people to try it. And then within a couple more weeks, I was convinced that the program's working, the products are working, and ended up in 9 months, I lost over 100 pounds. And I've enrolled several, personally sponsored, I don't know how many, but now I've got some people that are working, and I'm helping them enroll people. And that's what it's all about, is helping everybody achieve their goal, whether it be weight loss or feeling better or building a business. Whatever they want is what I want. I just want people to be as happy as possible. There's all kinds of products. I'm trying some of the new products, the new little shakes, that the intermittent fasting thing, that I really am enjoying that. I've done that 2 days now. But I'm excited to where the company's going. They're adding products. We're all the time getting new mergers, new products. But you wanted me to touch on my transformation. So I did 100 pounds, 9 months.
Well, I
it's a
want you to
bigger
add
deal.
something else, Richard, because you told me originally you had no interest in the business. As a matter of fact, I was there when you decided to join, and I had to convince you to even get a wholesale account. But now that you have, I want you to kind of touch on, because we're going to talk about Destin, Florida, and some events. And that was kind of thing that really changed your thought pattern. I believe that your first, I'm not sure where your first event actually was, which one you went to, but you went to an event. So why don't you talk about how that you went from just wanting to lose, actually you told me 50 pounds, maybe 60 pounds, to losing 100 pounds, not interested in the business. And now you're the number one power ranker in the state of Arkansas. You caught Richard Tuggle and surpassed him, and you're the number one power ranker in the state. So what happened? What changed? What changed your mindset?
All right, I want to say one more thing real quick, because you had mentioned something. It's one thing that I've kept the weight off for a year, but I meet people all the time say I've lost the same 30 pounds for 20 years. They lose it, they gain it, lose it. Stick with us. You'll get to your goal. We'll help you maintain. You'll change your life. Now, to the events. The first event I went to was when we flew out to the home office. That's where I met David and Amy and several others. Got to meet most of the owners. And I was impressed. I enjoyed it. And, of course, Utah is beautiful. I like going out there. And I've been to most events ever since I've signed up, or at least since then. Of course, we had some family health issues one year, and I didn't get to go to all of them. And I don't even remember which event it was, but something clicked. And I don't remember exactly what was said or who was speaking or if it was two or three things, but something in my mind clicked. And that's when I decided I have no plans on ever missing another event. Because, you may get up there and you may hear some of the same stories over and over, but it's not all about you. Somebody else might need to hear what they're saying because they haven't heard it yet. The bigger thing is, if you'll pay attention, you'll pick up on something that you didn't hear last time that they may have said, or something new you didn't even know was going to be said. And it's a motivational thing. It helps you realize that there's people out there that are struggling more than you, or maybe they've already been more successful than you. They encourage you. This is a company, I do insurance for multiple insurance companies, and I've been in competition with other agents, and some of them out there, most people hate insurance, and a lot of insurance agents aren't very honest. They just want to make a sale. They'll stab you in the back. I don't see that in our company. Our company is a family. So when you go to these events, you start meeting people you may see on the Zoom, or people you may have just heard of. Heck, because we're all one big family, and we all have the same goal, one form or another: weight loss, health, beautiful skin, business. But really, we all just want to be in a happier state of mind, whatever that takes. And we're all here to help each other. It doesn't really matter what team you're on, what leg you're on, who's your upline, who's your downline. Everybody I know is willing to get on a call and talk to somebody. I haven't met anybody say, no, I'm on my team and I'm only helping my team. I've not met anybody say that. So when you go to an event, just pay attention. You'll pick up on something, and it may be one thing, but it's like golf. I'm probably the worst golfer on this whole Zoom, but usually out of the 18 holes, I have that one stroke that is like, oh man, you're hooked again. So one swing out of the 230 that I have on that 18 holes, that one swing makes me want to play again. Well, you go to these events and you'll get that, at least that one nugget that's going to make it worth it. And you're going to be like, all right, I'm going to go to the next one too, because you'll get something. Just pay attention, whether it's from one of the speakers or just somebody you meet. Somebody's going to give you something you need that you didn't even know you needed. It's going to change your life. You got to go. I mean, if at all possible, make it to the events.
Well, with that, I don't know how Todd, you got to unmute yourself. Just with that, I will tell you, nothing exciting. That's exactly what I want to hear from you, Richard. Obviously, your transformation has inspired a lot of people, including myself. That's one you maybe don't know it, but after watching you this year, I have really focused on. I keep looking at your pictures, and I'm like, I've watched this guy do it, and I just kept eating my Snickers bars. So at any rate, I'm excited about that. I'm excited about the events. And by the way, I'm really all in for the transformation. I'm not posting my results, guys, because I'm just telling you right now, I'm kicking butt. I'm on it big time. So anyway, Coach Rowland, I know we've got the Coach Palmer here, I hope as well. I think I saw him join us. So I'm gonna turn this to you because
I've got two questions for Richard. And by the way, Richard, you're very inspiring. I mean, I can't overstate that enough. Your transformation and your your commitment to stick with things when things weren't always perfect are just phenomenal to me. I've been doing this for a long time, and you've got a chance here to be something really special. But I do have a question for you on both fronts. One is, because a lot of people deal with this, you're a really good personal sponsor, and I don't even know how many of you signed up, but it was dozens and dozens. But while you were being praised on some of these Zooms for signing up so many people, you were actually very frustrated because you couldn't really find a worker. You kept feeling like you were doing everything. People were quitting. And as a matter of fact, there were a time or two I didn't know if you would make it through that or not. And I know over the weekend, one of your downline, Happy and Sheila Hoffman, I think they put in, if I heard it right, 8 new people themselves this weekend without you. So tell us about, one, your frustration when you couldn't find anybody to work, because everybody goes through that. And then secondly, what it feels like now that you've got some people producing without you.
Well, I would say that just because you may sign up 4 and every one of them be rock stars, well, God bless you. That's a miracle in itself. You may sign up 100, 200, 300, 700, who knows how many it's going to take before you find somebody that's truly wanting to work the business. Don't hold it against them. Don't hold it against yourself. You got to keep going. You can't want it more than they do, because you're not going to make them successful. They have to want it. And when you get somebody like Hoppy and Sheila, and they want it, they want it as bad as I do. They may want it a little worse than I do. And I'm doing everything I can to help them. They're rock stars. They're going to be great. They got great personalities. They're perfect because they call with questions that I don't know. And so I'm having to learn as they learn, which is good. They're sponsoring people. They're doing so much on their own anyway. And I'll do whatever I can to help them. But I've got some others that are getting started too that are already putting some people in. So, hopefully this business is going to explode for me too. But like I always say, my goal is whatever their goal is. If they want just enough to get their products free and they're satisfied, that's fine. If their health is the only thing that's really important, that's fine. People are going to come, people are going to quit. You can't get too discouraged about it. I was talking to one of my new reps, and I think she's probably on the Zoom today. She sent out the videos. Nobody watched them. Oh, somebody watched them. Well, they ain't responded yet. Just bear with them. I mean, I get people that ghost, they call it now ghosting you. They shun you. They run from you. That's fine. They don't want it. You can't want it more than them. They have to want it. If they want it, we can help them. And then if you got somebody wanting it, whether it's the weight loss, the health, or the skin, or the business, if they want it, we're going to help them. We're going to help them be successful in whatever their goal is. You just got to stick it out. Hard times, good times. The good times are easy. The hard times make you stronger. You just got to keep working it.
And then, Richard, the other question I had for you on the weight loss side, a lot of us have started through the years with the Transformation Pack, the MOA for information, the energy the Rejuvenex for energy, and the Slenderize for weight loss. And we follow the approved food list. Pretty cut and dry, really easy start. I know you lost your first 30, 40 pounds there. But what we had promised last Saturday is each week we would talk about something that then accelerated people's weight loss. And I think that product, if I remember right, for you was RestoreX. So if I'm correct, share what when you added that in and what it did for you. If I'm incorrect, share which one. I know you added something in that seemed to really take you off.
Yeah, I started with the 3, the MOA, the Rejuvenex, and the Slenderize drops. And then when I ordered the Ultimate Kit, I added the greens to it, and they sat there for several weeks before I actually started messing with them. And because the greens were new to our company, nobody really knew much about them. Finally, I started messing with them, and started drinking them, and then learned how to use the Restorex. And so what I found was with those 5 products, my weight started coming off tremendously. Now the Restorex, of course, is really good. Last thing you take before you go to bed, helps you pull out the chemicals and the water weight and all that. The greens, what the greens have done is if I drink them with a meal or help with a meal replacement, or if I'm on the road and I don't have time to stop and get a real good healthy meal, I'll carry it with me, and I stop and get a bottle of water, shake it up and drink it, and then go on down the road and not go through starvation. And that way, when I do get time to eat, I don't overeat. So, because when you're starving and you
How many times a day did you generally do the greens, and was there a specific time? And then I think you said you did the Restorex once a day at night before you went to bed.
Yeah, I usually do the drops 3 times a day, the MOA first thing in the morning, the Rejuvenex first thing in the morning, the greens. You can go in my vehicle right now, both my truck and my SUV. You can look in there. I carry the greens all the time, just in case I'm going to miss a meal. So I'll use it for lunch if I have to, because I'm not going to go through fast food. I'm not going to kill myself anymore. I'm going to stay as healthy as possible. I do cheat, but not with fast food. But the greens, lots of times I'll do for lunch, and sometimes I'll do them right before I eat supper. If I've had a decent lunch and I'm going to eat a light supper, what I'll try to do is drink the greens 10, 15 minutes before I eat, and it really knocks down the craving for overeating. So it makes you feel a little more satisfied. You can eat a decent meal. You're getting all the nutrients out of the greens. And I think that's a big thing too, is because I don't know that if you're not taking good supplements, you're not getting all the green value, the nutrients you're out of the greens like you should. And I think that's where ours helps. And yeah, the Restorex is the last thing. I'll shake it up, and I've come to bed before watching TV and have it sitting on my nightstand. And as I get drowsy, like I'm fixing to go to sleep, I'll turn it up and down it right then. I think it works best on an empty stomach right before you go to sleep. And that way it works all night long. You're not throwing anything on top of it to dilute it any, because I've been told that if you take it with your shake or with your greens or with food or too close to food, when you take the Restorex, it attacks what's in your stomach first. So the more empty your stomach is, the more it's going to work on your whole system to help pull that out of your body. And that's what I did. Those 5 for the majority of my weight loss. But I will say,
awesome.
We put a kit. You let us put a kit together with that 5 products, and I was pushing it for a while. And what I do now, and of course Todd and Chris are right, that if you're going to build a business, it's got to be simple and easy to replicate. My pack is not easy to replicate. The 3 products, the 2-month transformation pack, it's easy to explain, easy to get them going. And then if they're only going to do the weight loss, they don't care anything about the business, I'll talk to them about the R2 pack and if they want those products. But if they're going to want to build a business and repeat the process, you do have to keep it simple. So the transformation CD, 2-month, whatever, the 3 products is much easier to get them started. That way, if they do go to approach somebody, they can repeat the process, and as they learn, they can talk about more products. But our company's got so many good products. I take all the vitamins and minerals and everything now. Let's knock on wood. I have not had not even a slight cold or anything in over 2 years since I started this program. So I'm hoping that my body and my immune system is much better, and I'm staying healthy, keeping the weight off, building a business, and trying to support my team any way I can.
That's awesome, Richard. You really have.
Richard, you're freaking awesome. And those tips are good for all of us, to include me. I want to take this to the next level too. So Brent, if you don't mind, because we got 3 things to cover this morning, we're going to cover the transformation. Then we're going to talk about our AOR dollars we all just got or are going to get next time. And we're going to talk about the Florida event. But Brent, why don't you real quick, just in case we've got people that aren't registered for the transformation throwdown, can you run through real quick how they need, which packs they need to go get, and then what website they need to go to and get registered?
Absolutely, Coach. And Richard Hawkins, I want to say, just like Todd and Chris said, you're an absolute inspiration to us men for sure, and ladies too, but men for sure, because we're stubborn. And we are absolutely stubborn. We're like a mule that just runs in the same place all the time. And I've really looked at your pictures. And I want to tell you, if you're on here right now and you're a part of the Transformation Throwdown, or if you really are, I know you're engaged in this company or you wouldn't be here this morning. I encourage you to find someone that has, that can inspire you with their transformation. Richard Hawkins is one that inspires me. Richard Tuggle inspires me when I look at what they've done. And Todd and Chris, I'll tell you what I'm doing. I'm on the road right now recruiting. It's on in 2021. I've been saying it. And I go back home, see my kids on the 19th. And I've been meetings after meetings after meetings. But here's the thing. So I'm traveling, right? One of the things Richard Hawkins told me was clear out, like, don't give yourself a chance to have bad food, right? So last night I'm starving, like I'm craving sweets. I love ice cream at night. And so Richard, because of your giving greens, the last 2 nights, actually, I've ended my night like around 8 o'clock, and I've had a little warm water, giving greens, and it has knocked my sugar craving out. So thanks for that tip that you gave me back in, I think it was Utah.
Brent, you and Richard can freaking sell if you can get us all drinking greens instead of ice cream at 9 o'clock at night.
Dude, I'm telling you, that's a disclaimer. If you hadn't had our giving greens and you're a sugar person that I challenge you, like when you want that sugar, first of all, you got to not have it in your house or you'll go get it. But then throw you some giving greens and a little warm glass of water, drink it down and I promise, see what happens. Richard, you were dead on when you told me that. It's been amazing. And so I'm coming on this Transformation Throwdown. I'm going to make a difference in my life. So going back to what Coach said, here's how to get registered. It's not too late to get registered. Okay. This is something that just stay the course over the next 8 weeks. You're going to make a difference in your life and challenge your team to do the same. We're going to put the flyer up here real quick on, hopefully Andrea's putting it in the chats, but we're going to screen share with you too real quick. Take a picture of this. Take a picture of this with your phone. Don't disregard the December the 12th. But here's the thing. A lot of different ways. But I will say, Todd, most people are getting that Transformation D pack that I see because it's 2 months. It carries you through that Transformation Throwdown. And it also gets you excited because it's showing up. Andrea, did you might have put that in the I'm looking in the chats real quick, Chris. Okay, yeah. So it is you go to slenderize-challenge.com/USA. It's in the chats. And then all you're going to do is you're going to take I think it's cool. I did it, what my proudest moment, but I took a picture. Each picture has the date that you're enrolling. You got the date beside the picture of you on the scales, a side picture of you, a front picture of you, and then you send that in, okay? And you just get started with us. And I encourage you to plug into our Saturday morning trainings here with Chris Doyle and Coach Todd Rowland, but also Sunday night with me. We're going to be using people to leverage what they're doing in this Transformation Throwdown and what they've done, little nuggets like Richard Hawkins just shared, that's going to help really let you compete. And here's the cool thing, Coach. It comes with, first place, second place, third. Not only cash, but stock in our company. And the best vision I can give everybody on here this morning is first place, 1,000 shares of stocks. Yesterday, almost $3,000 is what that would equate to. But you're thinking way too small if you're thinking $3,000. I'm not here to make a claim. I'm not here to kind of fork. Here's what I'm here to tell you. You know this company is growing. You know it's expanding. You know it's going into more countries. We're currently in almost 80 countries. You know the future is looking for a home-based business. You know the people in the world are looking to live a healthier lifestyle. They want their immune system. So we got everything coming to the world at the right time, at the right place. What is going to happen to these 1,000 shares of stocks somebody wins over the course of the next 2 to 3 years? We can all paint the vision of 1,000 shares if it one day turns into $100 a share. Just do the math. It's incredible. It's a retirement fund for people. It could be. Now, here's what I'll hear. I'll turn this over back to you, Coach. But years ago, I had a chance to invest in something that I didn't. And it would have cost me $100. It was 5 years ago. I had the $100 in my pocket. Okay. I just didn't see the vision. Today, that $100 is trading on the market right now. Proven fact, over $30 per share, over $30,000 per share that I would have got. So for every one, it would have been worth $30,000 today. It would have been worth over $3 million. What that product is not important. Here's what I'm here to tell you. It's real, and I missed the opportunity. So to be able to affect my health, run for this challenge, get those shares of stocks, it's life-changing. So I hope, I know all of you are on here this morning because you're a part of the Transformation Throwdown. If you're not, you've got the link. Do yourself a favor and get on board with us.
Yeah, and I just want to add one last thing in just for clarification is there's no cutoff on the sign-up time. So we all know that new customers and distributors are going to be joining us daily. It's one of the fastest growth times of the year. So although they may not get signed up in our Transformation Challenge until, say, February the 4th, they still are in the competition. They'll have less time to compete, less time for their transformation, but can still get in and compete, still get in and win some of the, because remember, there's a lot of weekly prizes coming out too. And I've watched this for a number of years now. There's some people that can do some crazy stuff in 30 days with their body if they go all in. Matter of fact, we can all do some crazy stuff with our bodies when we go all in, both health-wise and all in with the business-wise. It can absolutely, Jim Rohn says, any 5 years you go all in, your life will never be the same again. So only for time purposes, we'll move forward because we do have 3 very important subjects this morning. Subject number 2, I think Chris is going to pull his website up, is Brent Palmer. A lot of the Lemieux reps yesterday got their first taste of it. Chris Doyle, myself, Ken Bailey, all the different ones that are on here. The way my camera's set up right now, I can't see everybody today, but all of you guys that have been receiving AOR awards have been getting this for a while, but there are 10 different ways that we get paid outside of the pay plan. We have our pay plan, which is patented, which pays us 8 ways. We get that direct deposit every Friday. We get our savings account. If you don't understand all that, we'll have a pay plan training one day. This has nothing to do with the pay plan. This is a perk. We're working on simplification because we all that understand it believe it might be the single best perk that's ever existed in network marketing. I love it. I mean, I just get giddy over this. But there's a lot to it, and it takes a second to understand it. So understand this first. If you're on your app, on your phone, you've got to go into your app, click on X Office. When you click on X Office, you will then have to go up and hit AOR. Chris right now is on Lifestyle Perks, which is not where you'll actually see it growing. This is where we can use it. But in your AOR, you can stay here, Chris. We'll go there in a minute. Okay. But in your AOR, you'll see the 10 different ways we're growing. But once you grow it, you're going to see it. We're going to show you how to move it in there if you're not moved yours yet. You can, once it grows and you get your dumps, some of your dumps come weekly. Your biggest dumps come once every 26 weeks. So the way they do it is they split the year up in two 26-week periods. That would be January to the last day of June and July 1st until the last day of December. And for every 5,000 volume points that your pay lines grow more than they did the previous 26 weeks, for every 5,000 volume points they do more this period than they did the previous 26-week period, then you get a $250 additional pay that goes into this AOR, standing for RX Opportunity Reward, that you can then move into your e-wallet, which we're getting ready to tell you where it can be used. So if you happened to hit something good and one of your pay lines took off, and I'm gonna turn it to dollars instead of volume. It's just easier math. So 5,000 volume points equals $750. So if you make $750 more in a paycheck in this 26-week period than you did the last 26 weeks, you're going to get $250 in your AOR. There's no limit. So if you were to make $7,500, that's 10 750s that you would have made. So if you get a 7,500, you'd make 10 times $250 in your AOR. You get a $2,500 dump. Okay, we're looking at Chris Doyle's now. So his pay line grew enough, 26-week period over 26-week period, that he had a $9,000 dump day before yesterday into his AOR.
More than that, I've already bought an airline ticket for. I bought a first-class airline ticket, so I've already spent some money out of it. So as soon as it came, I spent $1,000. So I just love this.
So Chris
this is one of the craziest things. I'd already spent it all down to $100. So I actually had a $10,000, over a $10,000 dump, but I bought it makes you travel a little bit nicer when you have money coming in. That I call it free money. That's not 1099s, but I told Coach Palmer, he was like, "You what? It's not a 1099. That's just a perk from the company." So I got a first-class airline.
So let's go ahead and,
yeah.
As you're talking,
you might not want to ask
on
me
travel
right.
real quick and pick a hotel and go somewhere, Chris.
Okay, we'll do it.
Yeah. So I wouldn't put Brent on the spot, but I will tell you what, because the easiest way for somebody to make these AORs is when they compete against zero. So all the Lemieux reps that came over, they were basically competing against zero, and
we're on
Brent,
fire right. We're on fire right now, Todd. Just to tell you, wow. All I can say is wow. You might not even want to ask me this morning because this is a wow factor.
And it's something that you didn't even really understand, I don't think, until you got your dump. I mean, we talked about it, but it doesn't hit until you get it. So let me point this one thing out. If you can use it in other areas, you can't take it out as cash. You got to use it in these systems. You can use it to buy your product with. You can use it to run your auto ship on. But where we all use it is in the travel. So if you've never purchased the travel website, our travel website cost us $128 a year. You can generally make that $8 back on your first 2 or 3 stays, because that's where our AR dollars that we earn for buying product go. That if you got a live auto ship, you get these green dollars that show up. And those green dollars are for the discount. So Chris, point there at the discount where it says RX Copper. He's got the Embassy Suites there at the Hilton Atlanta Perimeter. And it says that the regular price out there everywhere else in public is $143. This is today. So if you're going to go book somewhere else online in real time, it's showing us it's $143. Our discount, without any of your real dollars, this is just based on having a live auto ship. If you have your live auto ship, you can go up there and you can book this room for $75.93 after tax. All right, so Chris, go ahead and let's go book it now and show them what happens when you have AOR dollars. So Chris is clicking on it. It's going to, once he clicks on it, it's just like any other search engine. It's going to pull up here and let him choose his room. There will be some upgradable rooms. You'll see there's some rooms that are a little bit nicer you can upgrade to. He just chooses his normal. That's actually a 2-bedroom suite he's clicking on right now. And it says it's going to be $93 after tax. Remember, it was $143 before tax everywhere else in public. If you don't get insurance, you can't cancel this. So if you ever think there might be a cancel, you need to buy your insurance. It's usually not very expensive. I do it about 1 out of every 10 times. I book all of my hotel rooms here all the time. But now here's where it gets nuts. Since we all got this AOR dump and you move those dollars over into your e-wallet, when you go to check out now, it says over there that he still owes $93.10. Remember, it was $143 before tax, before he got his RX discount. So he's already saved $50. But now then, if he has e-wallet money, go ahead and throw $93 in there, Chris. We won't hit apply or anything. Chris can go put 90, whatever that cost is, $93.10. And when he hits apply, it's over. All he's got to do now is go down and
have to book.
Oh yeah, there you go. So you hit apply. So his credit card, I don't see his credit card. It will save all your credit card information in there. But once you hit e-wallet and put the $93 in there, then your credit card information is not needed. Now, when he goes down and hits submit, he will now stay at the Embassy Suites in Atlanta tonight, completely free. It doesn't cost him a dime, no tax, no nothing, zero, zilcha. And he has 9,000 of those dollars in his dump, which basically means for people that really work network marketing hardest, he's got the next 6 months free hotel rooms, basically everywhere he goes to help his business. He's got now $9,000 to carry his family on a vacation anywhere in the world he wants to go. Airline tickets, hotel room, completely for free. There's things up there under lifestyle. So like if you want to go scuba diving or something, when you get there, you can even go to lifestyles and pre-book and use your AOR dollars for that and actually do all of your fun outings for free too. First class airline tickets usually show up in this area cheaper than coach a lot of times. So you already get this massive discount and you can use those dollars. You also get them for title advancing. You get them for personally sponsoring new reps. It's based off the amount of volume. You get dollars. You get your first $20 just for going and watching the hour and a half of the BOS, the business operating system. So that's a whole lot. And it is a bit of a process to get this moved over into your e-wallet. I don't know if we want to take the time to do that or not. You maybe can just ask your upline how to get that done. But Chris, go ahead and do one more. Maybe pick you a perfect vacation there and show them one more just so they'll clear.
I pulled up a vacation because obviously with everything that's been going on, I've been thinking about vacation in warm weather. It's been kind of 30 degrees. So yesterday I was looking at Cancun because of Steve Schwartz. I pulled up only in 4- and 5-star resorts. I just think that pretty well covers it. I want to show you how easy it would be. There's the Ritz-Carlton of Cancun. Now think about that for a second. The Ritz-Carlton. I picked up a full week, normally $2,083 for the Ritz-Carlton Cancun. And we know the Ritz-Carlton. I don't know about you guys. I've stayed in my share of Ritz-Carltons. It's the bomb. So it would be $2,083 for the week normally. With us, it's already $1,325. But with what Todd was explaining, I was looking yesterday, and I can go first class airline tickets and not even spend that much of my money. I mean, I can buy 2 airline tickets and stay at a 5-star resort, all inclusive. Yet, look, after my discounts in my e-wallet, we can literally fly and spend it 7 days free. So when some companies talk about they give away trips, we still give away trips. We still have trips that are going to come up. Guys, I don't know how much better a trip can be when I can pick the location, pick when I get to go, and I don't have to pay for it. That is a perk that no other network marketing company. I showed this to someone who was with another company this week, and I'm convinced that because they've been with another company, they were blown away with this part of what we offer. It's just a totally different thing. Anyway, that just shows what it does. Go ahead, Todd.
Yeah, as I'm going here, Chris, go up. It's in I just see questions coming in about how to transfer the money to the e-wallet. So you've got, if you're in your app on your phone, go into X Office and go to the lines up top and click on AOR. If you're on a computer or an iPad, once he gets back to his X Office, you'll just click on the AOR up there. So I won't over talk you. Let's let you do that real quick.
And Todd, while Chris is going to it, while Chris is going to it, I talked to Omar yesterday. Omar, for everybody, is actually over all of our customer service, and he welcomed the phone calls to say, if you believe you have a dump or you want to check and you've got points and you're having trouble, getting them converted, or you don't know the first time, call customer service. They will walk you through the process. They're more than welcome to. And he said, really, and Todd clarified if I'm wrong. He said, the only thing you need to do to keep your AOR is just to keep an active 100 PV or $150 order on your cycle. You know, that's it.
That's it.
So I can have my AOR. It can last me as long as I want it to last me, to go on trips, to use it however I want to, even buy diamonds with it. But I just got to have my active auto delivery, 100 PV or $150 order. That's it.
Yeah. The whole thing around what reason they created all this was to create a system for loyalty on auto ships. The more loyalty we have there, the bigger the company, the bigger everybody's businesses is. So I'm just going to tell you, okay. So Chris saying it's hard to get that pulled up today. So let me tell you, let me just tell you where it is. Go to AOR. When you click on AOR on your phone or in the thing,
There's an app you can also
on the
do.
app.
See the
Yeah,
app?
can you convert in the AOR? Yeah, can you convert in the AOR app though, Chris?
Absolutely. That's how I convert
All right.
now. So
Yes.
just go up, I
Okay,
can
all
tell you
right.
exactly,
So-
Todd. You go to the AOR app and it'll show you the e-wallet, the credit card. All you do is click on it and let you convert whatever number of points up. You don't even have to do them all. You can do I didn't even tell you, Todd, I was been wanting a new set of these, you got them in your ears now. Those iPods. I have never been willing to spend the money for them. I'm just being honest. That just costs, I'm the top one. They're $200 for those freaking iPods. But guess what? They were in there. So I had some extra AR above my travel that I couldn't convert out. So I just got me a pair of AirPods free. They're on their way. Those are little perks that those are above the travel. And I love the travel. That's all about the travel for me. But I'll take the little other perks that they've got in there. If you want an iPad's in there.
So here's the last piece of the puzzle. And this is where it gets a bit confusing, but it won't let you mess it up. So whether you go into the RX Opportunity Rewards app, whether you go into our app, whether you go into the back office, we're getting into the AOR no matter what. Not lifestyle perks, but AOR, that area. Once you get in there, you will see a number of things, but one of the icons will say, get it. When you click on get it, it's then going to have a number of things there. You'll see these iPod things in there. You could get that if you wanted. But what you want to do is there's one of the things under get it, it'll say gift card. Why it says gift card, I don't know. It's really e-wallet. And we're going to try to get all this changed on a trip out there to make it all conducive with our wording. But in there, it's going to say gift card. When you click on gift card, the last confusing piece is when this thing dumps over, it's a 1% ratio to dollars. So if you see you have 100,000 AOR dump, don't dump to the ceiling yet, because you only have 1% of that in dollars. So if you had 100,000 in there, then you would only have $1,000. If you had $1 million dumped in there, then you would have $10,000. So anyway, when that dumps in there, and you click on gift card, the gift card will allow you to move it onto the gift card in $100 increments. So if you had, say you had 100,000 points, which would be $1,000, you could hit that gift card to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Once you get to 10, that would be, it won't let you go anymore because there's no more to put in there. And then hit submit. It's going to send it to the cart. Here's the next confusing piece. When you get to the shopping cart, you then have to confirm either 2 or 3 times. You'll finally get to an end page, but some people do get there and they confirm once and then they call me and say it's not in there. So you got to confirm like twice once you're there. Once you do that, give it just a couple of minutes. And once you give it a couple of minutes, it's now in your e-wallet. So your e-wallet will show up after you turn your travel website on. Your e-wallet is always there to check out on travel. It is real dollars. It's not the green dollars for discounts. And it's also, this is the crazy part, we get this so for keeping our live auto ships. However, your e-wallet can be used to pay for your auto ship. So if Chris wanted to, he could actually set his auto ship up the next 24 months on his AOR dump and let money he's made that he wasn't even expecting pay for it. So anyway, that's a lot of info. Get in and play with it. Like you said, call Omar. We're all pretty proficient at it now. You're welcome to text or call us. We'll kind of guide you through it if you're having any issues. And don't forget, if it's less than like 10,000, a 10,000 point dump is $100. $100 is the you have to have at least 100 to move into the gift card. So like Chris said, there were some he couldn't get moved into the gift card, so he just bought some stuff with it. So anything less than 10,000, it will not let you put it on the gift card. You have to allow it to keep building. Sorry, I got so long on that. There's a lot of info there.
Perk in network marketing. I've been in this industry. Todd, I don't know if you realize this or not. Todd, I met you 20 years ago this month. It was January when I met you at the Holiday Inn the first time before I joined. I joined the industry in March, but I didn't know that I wanted to do it. But I met you in January 20 years ago. And as many things as I've seen done in this industry, I have yet to see anything. I love the money. Don't get me wrong. I love them paychecks. But man, it's something about it. Brent and I talked about this, and it's not 1099 money. This is a perk money. He couldn't believe it. He's like, you what? I said, no, you're not even getting, this is a perk. The company's, Jeff Yates said, as long as they've not been questioned on it, it's a perk. You're not actually collecting the cash. So I don't know how you figure it, but my $10,000 that I got dumped with my tax bracket, that's worth more than $10,000. I can assure you. That means, I'm guessing that's more like $17,000 that was worth to me. And it makes me grin and smile because first, I want to tell y'all something. I get so wound up about this travel dollar. So my grandchildren have been wanting to go to Disney World. And I don't mean this to sound bad. I am just not a Disney World person. If there's anything I hate is lines and Disney World. I'm not Mickey Mouse person. I'm just not that guy. But guess what I'm doing? I'm sending Judy and my daughter and all the grandkids on premise to Disney World. And the rates are cheap right now. And I'm paying for it out of my thing. And they're going to fly down there. And guess what? I didn't have to think how much I spent because it's just money in my credits. I just can't get over it. I mean, it just blows my mind and it gets better and better. And for those that are new, guys, you're starting at zero. I got to grow my business to make it work. They know how to dangle a carrot. Fred Cooper is a master. I'd like to bring Aaron Decker on just for a second because he doesn't normally join us on Saturday mornings. He's usually training in this thing. Aaron, you want to come with us and tell us what you think about AOR and why you like it? He has no idea I'm doing this to him. I just caught him right off guard and just said, Aaron, come on board for a second.
I like it because of everything you're talking about, but also I like it for years when we have incentive trips, there's another thing that you can do is if you want to, you can just save them, Chris. And so somebody that maybe is not here to build a big business, but they're growing consistently, they can accumulate those. And let's say it takes them a year or 2 years. And all of a sudden, there's an incentive trip and you've got Brent and Todd and Chris and all these big leaders that are going on this trip. And you're like, man, I didn't make it. Guess what? You can turn these dollars in and the company says, hey, we want you to come. And I think that those trips are extremely valuable because a lot of times people will go on one of those trips and it's a life-changing moment for them. And then they become a leader out of those trips.
So like Richard Hawkins, Zach, by the way, just so you know, we didn't say that to Richard Hawkins, but he got that dump and didn't even know about it last year. And he used his travel money, just like Aaron said, in order to go to Utah. So
he flew first class too.
First class will get you spoiled when you start flying. I never did it, and I always saved the money.
First class for free will spoil you.
First class, it's hard.
Chris, one other thing too one other really quick thing that I'd suggest is you guys, if you've got teammates that aren't on here, I know the other day because I couldn't believe how much money got put in there, but I started to call teammates and I didn't tell them about it. I said, hey, what are you doing right now? Pull out your phone. Can you get on your phone? Hit this app, put in your ID and password. What number do you see? And one person's like, I see, I don't know, 1,200,000. What does that mean? I said, you just made $12,000 that you didn't know about. How fun is that? Now, some people would say you just made $200 you didn't know about. And they're like, what? And then you go through this. You guys, you want to get somebody excited? Then you tell them to call their teammates. And so it gives you a reason to reach out with people that maybe have not been engaged. And all of a sudden, Todd, they're making money that they didn't know about. And Brent, something magic happens and they go, are you kidding me? I'm like, yeah, guys, that's not our comp plan. That, Chris, like you said, that's just a perk or a benefit. So you can use this to create energy and excitement and then say, hey, and I love this video. Thanks for going through this today, you guys, because now you direct them back and they can see this. Guys, it really is magic.
Aaron, I'm going to jump right on top of what you just said, piggyback you, because a couple of things, everybody on here, this is just so you know, like companies don't do this in our industry. Like I watched so many people. I challenge you, if you got your own team, I would put them on a Zoom and make sure they know about this AOR opportunity. that's what we did. We had so many people, $5,000 dumps, $1,000 dumps, $500 dumps, that now they're utilizing that. And tomorrow night on the Sunday night call that we'll do, I would love if any of you have time, Todd, Chris, Aaron, we're going to talk about the Destiny event tomorrow night and how to get registered, but to be able to use that travel to go to events, and then I got to leave you with something, because I'm always thinking about recruiting. I believe that 2021, that we should, as a company, as a field, every time we use AOR, we go brag about it. We got these groups that we can go. And when I say brag about it, we need to tell the world about the perks that we have. If you take a flight on AOR, man, take a selfie on the flight. This was free because of this amazing company we're in. And people love stories. And so that is a recruiting piece for you as you travel the world. I know this, as I use my AOR, I will also use it as a building tool to share on Facebook, to share on Instagram of, I'm being able to do this. It's free because of this amazing company I'm in. And so that's another piece to it that I believe is amazing, that we can kind of get out to the world, because other companies just don't do this. It's incredible.
That's a great point, Brent, right there. And I have had several people that are using that, you guys, because one of the things people say, oh, you know what, it cost me to go to this trip. Say, you know what, here, as long as you're actively building, you actually get these perks and benefits. You can go to the events for free. I love that. Very incredible point.
So Brent and I called an audible, Chris, because we never want to run over time and wear people out. So we're just going to all of us, if you or Aaron, either one have issues tomorrow night, you're not committed, but we want you there. But we'll all get back on tomorrow's coach's call with Brent and go all in on the Florida event, because we all believe that the numbers from last time will double. I think we'll have about 600 there. We have, it's just, everything is booked just like it was before. We've got both hotels again. It's just going to be through the roof. And just since we're on AR, I'll close it out by telling you this. We have incredible room rates set aside there. They'll be hard to beat because they work well with us. I think 119 is what they gave us beachfront, which is pretty good because you're starting to move into spring break season that time of the year. However, you can use your ARR travel website. So if you don't have yours turned on yet, go pay your $128 and turn it on. You're not required to stay at either one of those hotels. You may find something else right there within 3 or 4 or 5 miles, even cheaper. You for sure will find something cheaper that's not directly on the beach like these hotels are. But nonetheless, even if the two hotels we're at, the Holiday Inn and the Hilton Garden Inn, both of those will be on your travel website. So if you have AOR dollars, you can absolutely go in there and book on your travel website and use those dollars and stay at that for free, and obviously pay for all your travel too. And I've seen some people that are new here, like Sonia Infinger, and some people that I never take the time to explain this in a presentation, just because it's, as we found out this morning, it's a whole nother hour's worth of information. But some of you guys, and Sonia, I know you because I know what you've done, are going to be really, really blown away when you get in there and see your dollar amounts. I mean, some of you are going to have $500, $1,000, $2,000 sitting there waiting on you to take your family on a free vacation or use it for your own travel. It's going to be real fun for some of you who didn't know this existed, because the dump occurred 2 days ago. That's the reason we're talking about it today.
Hey, and Coach, I want to say this as we end. I know we're out of time, but I took this background on purpose. This is actually from our hotel at the last Destin event. Guys, it's unbelievable. I mean, what Todd, Chris, Aaron, what all these guys have laid out for you for this event, be on tomorrow night on the Sunday night coaching Zoom at 8 p.m. Central Time Zone. And we have a special link. We've got a way to get registered. We got some extra things coming to you for this event. It's going to be amazing. But the view alone, Todd, when I came here last time, I went, holy smokes, like this right here will energize you. So just jump on.
And here's the difference this time, Brent, is we get into sun tanning season here about February 1st. So we can have a slight cool front that time of the year, but more than likely bring your bikinis and your swimsuits because you can leave with a good tan in late February. Chris, you'll be 2 months in. Your Speedo will be on. You'll be looking so good.
It's my Speedo. By the way, I add one last thing because, as leaders in network marketing, a lot of times, they're always excited. They're always pumped up. And that's just what they're supposed to do as leaders. Coach Palmer called me yesterday and he says, would you go back over this with me? He had just got his traveled up. When I told him it was a perk and not even, he was just, Coach, you don't have to fake it, Coach. You were wound up. He was like, I am not, he said, you gotta be kidding me. He was just like stuttering. You were so excited. He's like, are you serious? I mean, he could see it, but you almost couldn't believe they had done this for you, right?
Yeah, I mean, guys, I know we're over a little bit, but let me tell you, I got to say this, Chris, and I'm glad you brought it up because, like, I've worked the last 10 years, like, I've worked network marketing, and I've traveled a lot. I've stayed in a lot of hotels. I've done a lot of rental cars. I've done a lot of flights, and it all comes out of your pocket. Like, everything comes out of your pocket. When we got the dump, and I'm not speaking to just me, I'm talking about Crystal Vance, Tammy Motley, Robin DeMeo, Andrew Rock, like a lot of people, Craig Tominini. I'm like, when you think about not having to pay for travel for the entire year, I mean, and it's a perk. It's just like, oh, congratulations. Well, what did I do to get it? Well, you enrolled new reps, you enrolled new customers, you got your team to enroll new reps and customers. People go, AOR is complicated. Well, just enroll new reps, enroll new customers, get your team to do the same, and then enjoy the 2 times a year they dump free money into your account. I'm like, I can't even ever say anything about AOR because it just don't happen in other companies. So it's just like listen, Chris, it's a good thing. I would never. Well, I shouldn't say this.
Brent,
never
you can
kiss
take it.
man, but I would kiss Fred Cooper yesterday on his forehead when I got my dump going, thank you, sir, for creating AOR.
Yeah. Brent, especially for some of you Lamu guys that they let y'all start against zero, when you run up a big one, like a car you win in other companies usually come on a lease, you got to pay the note, and that note is tied to performance. I mean, there were dumps that went out Monday that people could walk over to car lots and pay cash for a car on a dump of money that nobody's ever even told them they're getting here. They were already here without it.
Nice cars too.
I wouldn't waste it.
Not no used car lot. Nice cars. Guys, we're way over. Great. Hey, we're going to look forward. I'm going to challenge all of you that are on. We got a big group on tonight. Be on Coach Palmer's Sunday night call. I have made a commitment to start trying to be on his call more often. It's not only a great call, guys, we're coming together as a family and as a unit, and this company is going into, I'm just telling you, momentum is here. It is here. And if you're going to don't miss, plug into everything you can and change your future. There's so many perks, so much to change your life, so many negative things going on in our world, and yet our company is doing so many positive things. I'm so blessed to be a part of Coach Rowland, Aaron Decker, and Brent Palmer's lives, and all of you that are on here are my team members. We're all the same team. I heard someone say that earlier. We are, Richard Hawkins said that. Guys, we are RX. We are New Age RX. Whatever you want to call us, whatever you want to, I don't care. We're a family. And this company's taking major things, and over the next 24 months, we're going to rewrite, I believe, the industry's history. And I don't take that lightly to say stuff like that. Most of it, Aaron's been with me for 20 years. He knows I don't make comments like that. I'm telling you, great, amazing things happening. Thanks for being here. Be on the call tomorrow night. Make sure you plug in. Any parting words from anybody, you're welcome to say something before I shut her down. Just
build for the call tomorrow night. These guys are going to be on, hopefully, and build for the call. You don't want your team to miss it because we're going to rock Destin, and we'll tell you exactly how to get everybody involved. See you tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Central Time Zone.
Bye, guys. Bye, Aaron. Bye, Todd.
Thanks, guys.
Anthony and Susan, thank you.
Guys.
Richard Hawkins, thank you.
Many
for being
blessings.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you
so much.
folks.
Very
Good
great call.
information.
Awesome.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks,
Good job.
Todd.
Loved it.
Grateful for you.
Rich, thank you, Todd. Thank you, Aaron. Thank you, Brent.
Amazing
Have a
call.
blessed
you.
Saturday.
Thanks.
It was good.
Thank you for the
Thank you,
call.
Aunt and Andrea.
Fantastic. Thanks.
Thanks,
Awesome.
everybody.
Thank you very much.
So exciting.